Jay Leno, here we are. Spike's Car Radio. It's good to see you.
Good to be back.
You know what's nice about this, Jay? This is the first time I've ever seen you in a short sleeve shirt. You look like a young man.
Why, thank you.
Young teenage Jay Leno.
That's me, yes, I am.
And
Early
I'm
60s.
And I'm in a weird long shirt.
I know. Well,
Yeah, that's like my dad used to wear that to the office.
actually, I'm the same weight now as I was in high school.
Yeah. You look great.
Yeah,
you look absolutely great. But I will tell you, last time you were on the show, you had a sport coat on and a shirt, and I felt like such a slouch that today I went, I'm going to wear a nice shirt.
I think we're fine.
I wore a collared shirt. I don't know why.
You don't ever get nervous about stuff like
Welcome
that.
to fashion world. I thought it was a car show. I'm sorry. But go ahead. Yeah.
It's not. Before we even get into cars, I'd love to hear what you thought about Kimmel last night. Kimmel was back on the air.
I'm a free speech guy. It's as simple as that.
But it's a big moment for him, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Well, I think it's a big moment for free speech advocates. I mean, people forget. Back in the 60s, like you were in New York City, if you were a comedian like Lenny Bruce, you got a cabaret card, which means you could work nightclubs. You got a license. And if you used an obscenity or said something a policeman did not like, he could come on stage, tear up your card, and you didn't work. You couldn't go on stage anywhere. So it's not new, but every 25 years we need to be reminded this is not something you take for granted.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people were surprised at Disney and they were surprised with Colbert, with Paramount and CBS. I've never known TV networks to be brave. I've never known them to be brave.
ABC's not anything but courageous.
Right. But having worked in television now for 30 years, they are the least brave organizations I've ever seen. They are scared constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Did you ever have any issues when you were doing The Tonight Show? You were on the air for 22 years.
Yeah, nothing.
Did no one ever came up to you during the Clinton stuff and said, hey, Jay, you got to lay off?
Not really. That was just men behaving badly.
Yeah.
That was the perfect scandal because, it's naughty. It's that kind of deal. It's like Hugh Grant saying about, a handsome guy. With the streetwalker.
Right.
Interracial and has all the elements that make it spicy without doing any real harm to anybody.
That was the what were you thinking moment.
Yeah, right.
What were you thinking?
What the hell were you thinking?
What the hell were you thinking? Wasn't that, if I'm remembering correctly, the turning point for your show?
I guess so.
Ratings
People
wise?
say that, and from that point on, we were pretty much number one. But
right.
But we had been building up to it. We took the show to New York, and I finally got to put the set I wanted. I was doing Johnny's show, and the stage was here. It was about 300 feet, and then the seats went straight up like Broadway, and that's where John up high. And to me, I like to come out and shake hands with the audience. So the first time we flipped the show to New York, we went into the Saturday Night Live studios, and we used that stage, which is much. So the audience is like what Johnny is. I could come out and I could hide. I could say hello and shake hands.
Right.
And that made it a bit more intimate and changed the feel of it. Yeah.
Right.
And the weird thing about any of this is, if the joke is really funny, all bets it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Because people just don't want their time wasted.
Yeah, it does go a long way. It doesn't absolve you completely, but it can. I mean, we on Seinfeld learned that with the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Right.
There was I don't believe that was the funniest episode of the series, and there was a flag burning in it, where they burned a Puerto Rican flag, our cast, they being us, where, I was like, hey, I don't think we should be burning a Puerto Rican flag. Right. I think it's not funny in this context. And I think it's going to play the wrong way. And we were right.
Oh, it's banned.
It's been banned. Well, it was, yeah. I mean, the idea was very simple. It was, being in New York, on the weekends, frequently there was a parade on 6th Avenue.
Right.
Every weekend. Right. It was a different organization.
Right,
you couldn't go from one side of town to the other.
Right.
And I think we picked the wrong parade.
Yes.
But
burn the Irish flag next time.
Let's talk about all of us are going to be at the Audrain Concours.
Right.
Coming up.
The Audrain Concours. And I'm excited about this because I've never been to it. I've heard a lot about it from you and from Donald Osborne. We're going to be there. I think we're doing a show Friday at 1 o'clock. I think the way it works is you can buy tickets to the event and you just get to come to this for free. But I wanted to just ask you about it since you're there pretty much every year.
He's the mayor of...
Yeah, you're the mayor of Audrain.
I like it because although I wasn't at Pebble Beach in the 60s and 70s, it feels like that. It's not particularly crowded. I mean, Pebble Beach is a great thing, but it's so crowded. I mean, you can't... Your hotel, you can see it, and it's an hour drive because there's so many people on the road.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's a lot looser. It's a bit more spread out. There's a lot of architectural, interesting things, houses you can visit. If your spouse is not a car person, that kind of thing. And it's all the East Coast collect. It's so funny. You come to California, you meet 2 or 3 guys that have hundreds of cars, and you go back east, and you meet hundreds of cars, each owned by one guy. A lot of guys have had a car since they were in high school or whatever. And, it's just a different sort of feel. And I like that. And, Newport is one of those cities you have multi-million-dollar mansions next to little cottage houses where the families have lived there for literally hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. It's an interesting place to go.
Where does the event take place? Like, is it
it takes
a golf
place
course or is it
literally
on an estate or...
Well, the Doris Duke estate is a huge, right on the water. It's an estate. It's not a golf course, and it's literally the whole city.
Well, not to go back to fashion, but what are we wearing for this? I mean, look at Johnny right now. Is he dressed for that, or do we need to put blazers on?
No, I think that Johnny is dressed. I think he's dressed for that.
I'm going to the dry cleaner right after.
But I'm asking a serious question.
I thought you were in Moomin You got the black
Moomin shots. Wow. Where did you pull that one from?
I love how I've been able to dress appropriately for Pebble for 15 years in a row. But
it's honestly, I'll be honest. It's not about you, Johnny. I get insecure and I panic about clothes constantly. Like I really don't know how to dress for this. I'm going to bring a blazer and a shirt, but
it's a wedding. Think of it like a wedding. Nobody cares what you're wearing.
I want to do well. No, these people are bringing us there. I want to do well for them. So I just want to know.
I think you'll be fine.
and you're bringing Zuckerman. You want to do well, and you're.
I think you'll be fine.
Mom and Shots. Look it up.
Yeah.
What they sent? I talked to Nick Waller, who I guess puts on the event there, or is part of who puts on the event there, and he sent me a bunch of cars. I said, "What's there? What am I going to get to see? You want to throw that up here?"
What do you got?
I thought it would be interesting to kind of have you comment on this stuff. Like, I couldn't get a sense of like.
Well, I drove that 1907 Renault. Now you got to remember Vanderbilt. The first car races were in Newport, Rhode Island, on Bellevue Avenue. Vanderbilt was he would be a billionaire by today's standards, and he imported a bunch of these cars. He bought them for his friends, and there's a lot of rich history. A lot of these. Nick, who has a museum there, likes to collect cars that have Newport history. That belong to this family, whatever it might be, and there's a lot of history there. And what an amazing car that 1907 Renault was to drive.
Wow.
It is like a modern car. You go through the gears, and fast. I mean, 70 miles an hour in that, you really feel like you're moving.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That can do 70.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Look at that steering column.
Well, cars have always been fast. They just couldn't stop or go around corners.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Scroll down, and Jay, go ahead. You can stop Cameron anytime you like and tell us about anything else that you may want to talk about. So this is, I guess, these are the cars that are going to be featured.
Right. The Panhard. There's Le Monster. You know what that is? That's a Cadillac.
What is that?
The Cunningham Le Monster. That's 1950. I've got a Cunningham car. Briggs Cunningham was an American sportsman. When he and his wife married, he was Swift Meat Packing, and she was Standard Oil. They were the richest couple in the world. He toured Europe with a Duesenberg, an SSK Mercedes. He never had a job. He was an American sportsman. He won the America's Cup a number of times. So he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't like a lazy guy. I mean, he was like a professional athlete who could afford to indulge his passion. And he wanted to win Le Mans with an American car. So he took a Cadillac and put that, what they called then streamlined body. I'm not sure if it's streamlined then, but the French called it Le Mans.
I've never seen this car before.
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I saw they had a Daytona a couple years ago when Cadillac was re-entering IMSA. And yeah, it's killer in person.
It looks like a boat.
It does.
The number, but I'm not even sure what number that is. Is that a 9 or a 2 on the front of it?
Right.
No, that was a fast car. I mean, in 1949, Cadillac was the best car in the world. V8, overhead valves, air conditioning, power windows, power brakes, power steering.
Automatic transmission.
Things, Rolls-Royce was still a 6-cylinder with a manual gearbox. I mean, it really was an amazing car. And you had that Cadillac overhead valve V8, which was introduced in 49.
And this is a one-off, right? There's
that's a one-off.
It's a race car.
Le Monstre.
It
looks like something Philip Seraphim would collect.
He just bought it 10 minutes ago.
No, it's a great car.
Let's get down to some of the more recent cars that are going to be here. All right. Some of this stuff I've never even heard of, like the Bocar Stiletto.
No, that's never heard of that.
Don't know what that is.
But the Allards are killer. Those could be Chrysler or Cadillac motor.
Shelby Cooper, King Cobra. Look at that. Cobra, that's beautiful.
There's the Cunningham right there. I've got one of those. It's a fabulous car.
How does it handle like a Cobra, like a Corvette that it looks like, or more primitive?
Remember, it's 1952, and mine has the Hemi V8 in it. They were built in West Palm Beach, Florida. Okay, imagine having
where my wife is from. Yeah,
in West Palm Beach, Florida. Then the bodies were sent to Europe, to Italy, then they came back. They were $15,000 in 1952. Wow. That's when a house was $12,000.
Yeah.
So, but it's a very powerful car. It had a 2-speed semi-automatic, which I put a Tremec 5-speed in it. Just
make it
the 2-speed is too dopey.
Yeah.
Right.
But a fabulous car, makes all the right noises, drives nice. Yeah, interesting.
A lot of cool stuff. Yeah. Man, the Get Smart car right there, the 64 Sunbeam Tiger, right? Isn't that what Get Smart drove?
That's what
this is the race car version of it?
With the 260, yeah.
I prefer this one.
That one's good.
They were interesting cars. They weren't particularly light. They weighed almost the same as a Mustang. Wow. And they had a short wheelbase, so you could spin it really quickly.
Anyway, if you're on the East Coast, you want to come to Audrain to see us all. We're all going to be there. And I think you just go to AudrainConcours.com or go here and buy a ticket. Come see us. Come say hello. Yeah. I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
I think you'll have fun. I think you'll be
it's
really spread out. So you can really get up close with the cars. It isn't like there are ropes around it, and everything's not. Like a lot of times you go to these car shows and everything's 6 cars and the thing around it with a guard. You can get right up and talk to the owners, and it's very nice. And
by the way, I'm a judge.
You are
Judge Johnny.
Oh yeah. What are you judging? Do you know?
I don't know, but I cornered Donald.
Always a sign of a good judge.
Yeah. Well, they actually we're gonna have a meeting like Thursday night, and they'll tell you.
Do you know what you're going to wear as a judge?
Yes,
Did they tell you what to wear?
Not yet, but I know what judges wear. It's khaki pants. And
do you get
blazer.
Nervous about that? Like, do you feel like you're qualified to judge this?
Yes. My goal in life is to be a Pebble Beach judge.
Is it really?
I'd love to, because Dan Neal has been a judge for since I've been in the industry. He won the Pulitzer Prize, so he's the only journalist I believe who's ever. Really? Maybe Ken Gross he's a head judge, but I don't write for a newspaper, so obviously I haven't won the Pulitzer.
But they asked us, next year is the 75th anniversary. Yeah. They want to do something special for us.
Well,
do you want me to say
Judge Johnny?
Judge Johnny?
Yes,
I'd be happy to use that leverage.
I would love to. I mean, I just figured being a judge at Audrain would be like the stepping stone into judging Pebble.
Could be.
So. It could be also a stepping stone into respectability on this show.
No. On this show? No way.
On this show. Yes.
No. In real life, I'm very well respected. Here, I'm, not even the third wheel.
My favorite judging story.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
This guy had an Auburn, and the judges come around, and the judges goes, your clock doesn't work. And the guy goes, let me get my restore. Judge, look, I'm going to go down this row of cars. See if you can find the guy. If you come back and the clock's working, we won't deduct any points. He goes, okay, great. So now he's calling. He can't can't find his guy. He's on the field somewhere. Judge comes back. I'm sorry. Got to deduct the points. Then about 10 minutes later, the mechanic comes in. He's got a sandwich and a soda or something. You know? And the guy says, "What's the matter? You know, the clock doesn't work." Did you? And the guy said, "Did you wind it?" And he said, "No, I thought it was electric." "No, it's not electric. It's 1928. What you do? You turn the outer bezel."
Yeah.
But the guy didn't know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it was just like the funniest. And he lost points.
And he lost the points. Let's talk about RaceDeck. RaceDeck is the original modular flooring system engineered for the garage with over 33 patents and proudly made here in the USA. It stalls in just hours without toxic epoxy or adhesive mess. It's a snap. It snaps together. It is engineered to be a true do-it-yourself garage flooring system. In as little as 2 hours, you can transform your garage into the coolest garage on the block. Go to their site, 20 styles to choose from. What about you, Spike? Do you have a RaceDeck garage? I do. It's in my hangar at Santa Monica Airport, and as you know, I love it. I feature it in magazines like Nobleman, and sometimes I just stand on it and savor the RaceDeck flooring. No lie. You can go there and get a RaceDeck floor for yourself. They don't chip, they don't peel, they don't stain. For me personally, it solved all of my hangar flooring problems, which for 20 years I had been dealing with. I love you, RaceDeck. You will love RaceDeck. Go to racedeck.com. Use my code SPIKE356. That's right, SPIKE356 for an exclusive 15% off and free shipping. Racedeck.com. We thank RaceDeck for sponsoring the show. All right, you brought a beautiful car for us to look at, and you're going to take us through it, the new Ford GTD.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Yeah, there it is right
a lovely car.
Well, you know, the funny thing about, I love reading the comments, people furious at how much it costs.
Right.
But I contend they're probably losing money on everyone they be.
Right. But I think there's just a general, you know, they say that to us all the time too. It doesn't really matter what cars we're talking about. We can be talking about something in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. Most cars are too expensive for people these days. And there's a lot of,
but you also,
I think just general anger about the price of cars, which is understandable.
But we live in an era where nobody appreciates other people's work.
No.
Yeah. You know, they really don't. They think,
right.
You know, I used to be, people say, man, you got to make me, what are you going to the Tonight Show at like 4 o'clock to give you some jokes to read and you're done by 6? No, I was in at 7 in the morning.
Right.
At midnight, I'm still, But the same, you know, the thing about that is, if I said to you, I've got a Mustang, how much will it cost me to break the Nürburgring record with that car?
Right.
Well, and you give it to a race shop, $2 million, $3 million. I mean, I've seen people build cars and spend that kind of money.
Sure.
Right? I mean, that is about $400,000 by the time you're done. But it is amazingly good.
Yeah.
When I look at the technology, when you look at that chassis and you see how much people pay for just this little part, you know, that suspension, what it would cost. It's actually, I hate to say a bargain, but it's good value for the money.
It's worth it.
Yeah. There's more profit in selling a dark horse than in selling one of these, because these are built in a specialty race shop, Multimatic. You know, if you open the hood, everybody that built it signed the inside of the hood for me, which is fun.
That's cool.
And you can call, you can talk to the guy.
Do you want to open the hood, David? Do you want to go over there and open the hood and show him?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Real quick on price for a second. Was this or your Rolls Royce more expensive? Which one cost more?
That's.
Wow, look at that. There's David, who's your producer on the Jay Leno Garage Show.
Producer and director. Yeah, he does.
Producer and director extraordinaire and cigar smoker.
And good dude.
And all around good dude.
We like him.
And did not hesitate there when we said, go open the hood. Like I wouldn't look at it. This is a multi-step process here. Wow, there you go. All right.
See all the signatures.
Oh, cool. Wow. Look at that. Cool. That's so cool.
Well, but you know, it's kind of fun because it's a bit like having a watch made for you or something like that. You can Multimatic is a small company and you can speak to just about anybody in the company.
I like Jay Leno, seat guy.
Yeah.
Where does it say that? Yeah. Oh, on the right side, Cam. Go in close. I was looking at, first of all, impressive signatures straight across the board.
Very good.
Except for Jay Leno, seat guy.
In single quotes.
Yeah.
Well, look, he knows how to stand out.
So, Jay, how much of the Mustang is left? Because when I hear Multimatic, I think like bespoke chassis, right?
It is bespoke chassis. It is.
So like headlights, like what's left?
What they do is they take a body in white Mustang. Body in white just means right off the assembly line.
Okay.
They cut it in half right behind the seat, and they put on that whole rear end that's got the suspension and the 8-speed Tremec. In the center, where you normally would have a transmission, the shifter, that's your dry sump. Your dry sump is right there. And then you got your engine in front. So you have a perfect 50-50 balance. I mean, the front tires on this are wider than the rear tires on my Ford GT.
What are the fronts on this? Like 3...
I'm so dyslexic with numbers, but yeah.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
I'll go look, because I'm the opposite.
Take a look. That's all I know is numbers.
Let's look inside. Let's take a look inside, because what I found striking about the car, that this car is a little Spartan and a little empty, and I like it.
Well,
like a little bit of a race car inside, and it's not really a car made for the road. That they, you know what I mean? The interior design is saying to you, this is something
I'll
for
show
the
you
track.
something else that shows you.
Sure, go ahead.
Can I walk over there?
Everybody's, well, I can't walk over there. I've got to stay here because I'm on mic.
This rear deck off here.
Okay. Jay's walking over.
So yeah, 325 fronts, which is mega for a front. I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a car with a Veyron might have had wider front tires, and then 345 rears. So that's like Corvette, big Corvette, Z06s, ZR1s would have 345 rears. So it's super legit in terms of tires.
He's lifting up the back.
Where you normally have a trunk.
He's not on mic.
No, but he's saying where the trunk would be.
Yeah, if you're going on a trip in this car,
And if you're going on
luggage is a Harley.
okay, he's telling us if he's going on a trip, you take this
Now
piece
back
off.
here, you see you've got your oil cooler, your differential cooler.
Here he comes back. It really is an impressive car, isn't it? Really interesting things.
A Multimatic, I mean, they made the Ford GT, the 3rd gen.
Yeah.
They make like the Valkyrie, Aston Martin Valkyrie, Aston Martin 177. It's all Multimatic stuff. So there's a little shop in Canada where they can do like low volume super and hyper cars and race cars.
So the piece you just pulled off.
Yeah. The rear trunk. That would normally be the trunk.
That's where the trunk would be. And what is there?
There you've got your oil coolers for your differential and your transmission. It's how you can get to your transmission. It's an out-and-out race car. It was designed to do one thing, break the record at Nürburgring.
Right.
And I thought that was... I like the fact that they said they were going to do that, and then they went and they did it.
Yeah.
You know, I like that.
And then Chevy beat him a week later. But look
but see, that's not true because that's a different class.
Fair.
The Corvette is not in the same class as the Mustang.
Jim Farley himself brought you this car.
Yeah, Jim did. Yeah. I don't know if people know Chris Farley was his cousin.
Yeah. No, Jim's been on the show and he talked about it.
That's right. Yeah. When Chris was on the show, Jim would come with him. Because Jim was working with Toyota at that time. You know?
Oh, wow.
So he was just, you're the cousin? Hey, nice to meet you. You know, it's just kind of funny. But
yeah, those rear inboard shocks, they were on the screen a second ago. Those are just insane.
Yeah.
Like
that suspension unit. And the thing I like about it is, and you can maybe verify this. You're Aston Martin, whenever you get these European cars, your phone never quite syncs. You know, you get in and, hang on, I got a signal, hang on. You know, they make a gazillion Ford Focuses and F-150s and you get in and everything works on your phone.
Everything works right away.
And they have a concierge service where you call and you speak to a man or a woman who knows exactly what your problem is.
Really?
Yeah, you don't.
The problem with what? The car?
Well, you'll say, hey, I don't understand this. Oh, yeah.
I see. I see. They can help you with what's going on.
But they started this program back with the Ford GTs. They had like a bunch of guys named Tony, and that's all they did. They would travel the country and fix Ford GTs.
Well, I want a Bronco guy. I mean, I drive a Ford Bronco. Where's my Bronco phone number?
Well, there you go.
You gotta wait for the Multimatic version of the Bronco.
I see, the Multimatic version.
Well, when I got my first Ford GT, the 2005, I got a letter from Ford saying, don't drive it. We want to replace the A-arms in the front. We haven't had a problem, but somebody magnafluxed something. We thought there might be, so we want to replace them. I said, fine. They came to my garage, jacked it up, put the brand new billet A-arms in the car. Mm-hmm. And then about 2 days later, I get a call from the Los Angeles Times. Hey, how do you feel about buying a lemon? I go, what are you talking about? Well, the Ford GT, I understand you can't even drive them. They're all they're tech. No, the company sensed there might be a problem. There wasn't.
Right.
We'd like to fix this before it becomes a problem. They came to my house in my garage at their expense, redid the whole front end, and fine. It wasn't just, you're on TV or so. Yeah. I mean, every Ford GT owner got that. And I thought, to me, that's corporate responsibility. Yep. You got a product here with literally thousands of parts made from different manufacturers, and the fact that they did that, I thought was
that's
great.
so common with people looking for like a scandal, like famously with Rivian, they had a recall, and all they had to do is they had to check the torque on 2 bolts. Right. So a guy came to my house. He goes, okay, raise the suspension. And he was under there for 45 seconds. Okay, you're fine. Right. And everyone's like, but the recall, everyone was recalled. I go, yeah, they had to check the torque. They had a corrupt data file.
I know, but again, it's a case of and everybody always, that's my favorite thing whenever there's for the cost of a $2 part.
Right.
There's someone like when the Ford Carrera, when the Carrera GT, Paul Walker had the accident. It was blamed on 8-year-old tires, but because it deliberately did not have stability control. I mean, it didn't come in the car, but they figured, well, what's the cheapest stability problem? Oh, $50 or something. And because of that, so they always try to make it look like,
right. Porsche did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like as if Bosch isn't next to Porsche and they don't have stability control.
I testified in Porsche's defense on that. Yeah.
And what did you say?
Well, I was at Talladega and we were doing 100 laps and 190. I remember. So I'm coming down the back straight in the last lap, and the guy goes, "Okay." I go, "Oh." And I lifted my foot off the throttle and boom, the back end 8 times. Spun down the center of the track at 180.
Yes.
And luckily, I use that old adage, you always hit what you're looking at. So every time I saw the wall, hey, I just jerked the wheel. So the car just stayed in the center. I flat spotted all 4 tires, but I didn't hit anything.
Yeah.
So, and it was the same thing. And I said, it was my era. I am not a professional race car driver.
Yeah.
I was driving a race car on a track at 190 miles an hour. Right. It was my fault.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't. The lawyer tries to get you there. But do you think if they had done? No. I'm not a race car driver.
Jerry and I went to that the press release of that car. In Berlin when we were flown out for Automobile Magazine, or Jerry he was writing the piece. He brought me along and we went out and they had a bunch of orange cones in a parking lot and they said, just hold it right at, I think 35 miles an hour. But if you lift at any point going through these cones, zigzagging, you're going to lose it. Right. And when you lose this car, it doesn't come back.
Right.
Yeah.
He goes, the professional drivers might be able to bring it back, but you guys won't.
Right.
And we all went, of course, I know how to turn into it.
Right. I'm the real driver here.
I immediately spun the damn thing. Because I was like, God, 35 is too fast. Lifted up, spun. He was exactly right.
Race car driving is like sex. All men think they're good at it. I'll be all right. I think I know what I'm doing.
I'm the best.
Let's talk about Acre Gold. Get acregold.com/Spike911. What is that site? Don't even ask what that site is. Just go there. If you had ordered gold when we first started advertising Acre, we're putting out the price. Holy moly. I saw some of Acre's ads on Instagram yesterday. Gold is up 40% since when we started advertising it. And the guys at Acre called me and said, it's all because of your show. And I couldn't believe that Spike's Car Radio, and me in particular, was affecting this commodity in such a way. I've made people very, very wealthy. And I can do the same for you. Don't come out of pocket for expensive gold all at once. Instead, subscribe to gold for as little as $30 a month. Here's how it works. Pay in every month until your gold stash reaches the price of Acre Gold bars. Then Acre discreetly ships directly to your home. Acre Gold also has $50, $100, and $250 per month options for larger gold bars. And Acre is backed by the same folks who funded Liquid Death canned water. Some customers have been subscribed for over 4 years. I've been subscribed for now 1. So there you go, Acre Gold. Thank you for sponsoring the show.
Did you guys see you want to talk about, I was going to ask you about Chris Harris and Max Verstappen driving around Nürburgring.
The GTD.
Yeah, did you see
Oh,
it?
no, I haven't seen it.
I didn't
but we
watch
can
it.
watch
I heard
it.
about
We
it,
can look
yeah.
at it here. Is there something you want to...
Well, no, it's 20 minutes long, but Max gets...
That's a nice break. We could just
Max,
sit back.
Max matched the record, like first time out. Look at that. I think the record was 6.52 and change.
Wow.
I think he did 6.47,
Wow.
And just first
Here
time.
it is right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
There it is.
It's so funny because I'm writing a column about this. The fact that Chris Harris, I think, is just an amazing journalist
Yeah.
and an excellent driver. He just looks gobsmacked by this. I mean, sitting next to Max, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, what a day.
You're not even in the same league. I mean, look at him. Look at him. I mean, he can't believe how quickly Max is circling.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, I did watch this. This is so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't, Johnny, make you jealous as an automotive journalist,
And that
like
also-
that shoot, right?
Oh yeah, no, my
how-
star is falling. I used to do stuff like this.
Look at Chris.
I'm out of it now. Yeah.
Well, the fact that Max did not trash the car, but I mean, he's a pretty hardcore.
But he was only crashy when he was like trying to pass people. He never crashed on his own.
No, I didn't mean. I mean, he's a pretty hard judge.
Oh, yeah.
He's a professional guy. When you see him, he doesn't take any crap. I watched him.
Right,
Someone
right.
said they asked him some stupid question, and he said, "I'm 4-time world champion." Yeah, I think that answers it. I mean, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But he's just not like when you see some other guys like Ricardo. They're very friendly and gregarious.
Clown it up.
Yeah. He seems to be a pretty.
What I like about him is he said that after F1, he wants to go and do other stuff and win everything else, which I thought was cool because most F1 guys kind of, I don't know what they do, but like, that's great. Like, come do NASCAR.
Well,
do
the average,
whatever.
I mean, when you look at Chris Harris, who's very good, and compared to Max, it's not even.
No.
My dad was a prize fighter. My dad once told me if the average heavyweight punched the average man in the stomach, it would break his back in half. That's how powerful those guys are.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you ever met Mike Tyson. I met
have
him in
not.
the hotel once. At the height of he was coming down the stairs, and it was like, I was like frightened.
Well, if your dad's telling you that your whole
he's
life,
like
of
the
course.
scariest guy. But when you see that animal hungry, look in his eye, it's like you're not even. It doesn't mean when I watch Chris Harris here, just like, oh my God, I think he did very well.
Yeah.
But you're not Max.
You're not Max. No, he's on a whole new level. I wanted to, while you're here, ask you about Leno's Law. I was so excited about this. I remember reading about it. And
Well,
then,
you think Hollywood is sleazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, that's why. I mean, just to back it up for folks who don't know what Leno's Law was, this was a way to not get vintage cars smog checked year after year, right? Isn't that
right?
how it worked?
That's the idea behind it. If you have an older car that passed smog, fine, and now it doesn't because of the restriction, and plus, the old cars without the onboard diagnostics,
right?
You've got to get the rolling road kind of, and nobody has those anymore,
right?
So some people had to drive like to San Diego to find one. So you want to drive, you're making criminals out of people. Your grandpa gave you his car. You've been using it, and now it's legal in Nevada and every other state, but it's not legal. We just thought even it up a bit, but
you put together a piece of legislation with state congressional support and brought it up to Sacramento,
and it passed everything. And then at 10 minutes to midnight one night, they took a vote, and
it's over.
It was gone. Because we were just waiting for the governor to sign. Because this is going to be good because Newsom's going to run for president, so this will give him.
Yeah.
So show he's not. He's loosening up. No, never got to him.
So what happened?
So what happened?
I don't, you know, it's like when you're at a club, that girl was pretty. Hey, my wallet's gone. What happened? You know, I mean, that's literally what.
It was just politics. Somebody just knifed it at the last minute.
That's what I heard. At 10 minutes to 12, they held the vote. Everybody here? Okay, we have enough.
And that was it.
And gone.
Did anyone even call you to go, hey, sorry?
No, I read it in the paper. No.
You read about it in the paper?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
The fact I'm still reading papers is
yes,
sad, isn't it?
Stunning. Where do you get these papers?
Paper.
Isn't that an odd concept?
But do you get another shot at it?
I guess we could try again in a couple of years.
I mean,
ballot measure.
It's one of those things, like when I read that you were doing it, I was like, this is why Jay's an American folk hero,
right.
You know? And, we talk about it on the show all the time. There aren't enough politicians focused on the basic quality of life issues, like executing drivers who drive slowly in the left lane, things like that.
Right, yeah.
Yes, publicly executing them.
The number of politicians I met that had Camaros and vintage Mustangs.
Right.
I mean, I was astounded at how many of them they said, I hope this passes, but because they have big government, they can't necessarily be.
But you understood, like we understand, a vintage car is maybe a car you're taking out once or twice a month and putting a couple of miles on. No one's dailying these.
You make criminals.
Right, exactly.
You know, when 51% people break the law, it's not a law anymore.
Would you ever consider running for office to push this through?
No, that's a horrible job.
Would you like to announce anything here on the show, Mr. Leno?
You can be president of the United States so you can make more money in 2 weekends in Vegas.
You're not paying attention to our current president.
Yeah. So it's all about money for you. Yeah. But don't you think, my wife dabbles in politics from here, and I get a sense of the type of people that show up to these events and the type of people who show up to entertainment events.
Yeah.
And it's a step below the entertainment folks.
Yeah, well, politics is show
political
business.
people
it's show business for ugly people.
Yeah. But the people who you have to galvanize frequently are really deranged.
Yeah. And it was really funny because they started to really come after me.
Who did?
I would read articles. Jay Leno didn't want to drive the extra 2 miles to go to the smog station for his old car. They have those kind of.
Jay has a smog station in his shop, by the way.
I don't know that anybody likes the smog station.
Well, when I met with the California Resources Board, I was very complimentary. I told them,
right,
because they came in guns loaded. I said, no, you guys have done a great job. When I lived here in the 70s,
it was horrible.
It was 160 days a year. Don't go outside.
Right.
We have 10 times as many cars, and the air is easily 5-10 times cleaner than it was. But to me, I equated it to like alcohol. Look, people are going to drink, so let's come up with 0.08, okay? Because then everybody would be drunk. So 0.08, anything above that, you're drunk. With an old car, you got this, the car's over 35 years old. All right, what is it? 0.01% of the population?
If that, barely being driven.
Why make a criminal out of this guy? And to me, if you've had an old car your whole life, environmentally, I think it's better than buying a new car.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely.
But none of those points got us anywhere.
I think this is why it's great you're running for governor.
I'm
super excited about Governor Jay Leno and
Senator
everything you can accomplish.
Governor Leno.
When Schwarzenegger announced on my show, I almost said to my staff, he's not going to run. We get all this anticipation up.
Yeah.
People are going to be mad at me for stringing them along. And they go, I'm going to run for governor. And he ran.
Yeah. And right away erected a tent that he could smoke cigars in.
Yeah. And pretty decent governor, all things considered.
Oh, yeah. Well, Letterman got me good, because Arnold said, "Would you come down to the Hilton?" It was okay. So I go down, and we're in this little room, and then the door opens, and there's 500 reporters there. And so Letterman got a shot of me looking at my watch while Arnold was talking. I'm like this, and then he showed it on the show. Leno looks fascinated.
I'm not sure.
Did you write that?
I didn't write that joke. I could have written that joke. It's possible that I wrote that joke. I do remember that.
Do you remember that? I mean, it was funny. It made me laugh.
Very funny. No, I'm always looking for stuff like that with people because I know how hard it is to stand around and listen to folks. Are you going up to Willow? Willow's being reimagined and reborn.
On the 11th, yeah, I'm going to go
on the 11th
there.
Up there.
Yeah, we're going. I'll take the GTD up there.
Yeah. They posted something. Look at this. 000 is also going to be up there for the big party.
Oh, cool.
I don't know anybody who's not going to be at this thing.
Right.
This is a really, really big deal. Have you seen any of the what they done to the tracks yet? Have you seen it?
I know they redid Streets of Willow.
Streets? Yeah. The karting track has been redone.
And I guess they're going to put a hotel in and...
A hotel? Gambling? They're doing all of it?
Watch Thieves?
They're putting a hotel.
No, they are putting a hotel in there.
And I think they're going to build either condos or...
Yeah,
they are doing
condos with garages
for divorced guys.
Or soon to be.
Your wife's not going to go to Willow for the weekend.
I think the idea is like if you want to have a bachelor party, you don't want to do the traditional BS in Las Vegas. You get a condo with your friends. You go up and race for the weekend, and you have a nice time.
Yeah.
I think they are democratizing thermal in a way, right? There's a private piece of this and a public facing piece of it.
Yeah,
I know
this
that
is mostly public. This is mostly public.
Every ticket they sell, they're selling $10 tickets for this event up there. Everything's going to charity. And I know the guys who are doing it, and I'm excited about everything.
Can we just show up? Or do I have to buy a ticket?
I think you can just show up.
Okay.
Just saying, just saying that they're going to send you the link. I can send you the link for the invite, but tickets are.
I think it'll be fun.
I mean,
I'm so glad it didn't go away because every other racetrack has disappeared.
Yeah.
Riverside and
I think Matt Fair is going to be up there hosting.
Matt Fair is like emceeing it.
He's emceeing a car show.
I think Matt is now part of Willow.
I think he is. Yeah. But I'm super psyched.
I know I'm going on the helicopter, but I'm having a Corvette ZR1 brought to the track for me.
You are?
Yeah, because I was like, what's like a good thumb in the eye of Singer, like a Corvette, and so 1,000 horsepower.
Are they going to let you R1X or
not the X because it's not out yet?
Are they going to let you take it on the track?
Well, I've been texting with people from Singer and people from Farah saying hey, I want to make sure I can do some laps, and I haven't heard back yet. But I got the word either yesterday or the day before from Chevy that they're going to kick one loose.
It's the greatest performance bargain in the world.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Have you ever driven one?
Which one?
The ZR1.
No, I haven't had a new Corvette in a while. I'd love to.
This is the one.
This is the one?
I mean, 1,064 horsepower rear axle.
I mean, you have to spend $1 million on a European car to get the same.
But you'll never even get that on just the rear axle, like without a hybrid. Like the Valkyrie is just the rear axle, but it has a hybrid component to it.
Right.
This is just the driven wheels.
Right.
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower V8.
I've always been a Corvette fan. Always loved them since the 60s. I think they're great cars.
Yeah, but I'm stoked about it. I'm like,
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, check us out. If you want to see us there, you're not going to make it to Audrain. We're going to be up here at Willow Springs. Reimagined. Spike's Car Radio. Reimagined. But I don't know anybody who's not going to be there at that point.
I mean,
at this point, right?
There's a lot going on.
I mean, they've really corralled all of us.
I mean, did you get there's something on the 10th now? It's so big.
There is?
Wait,
what?
Check your text. I'm sure you got it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the dinner. The dinner
something.
and the rest of it. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like a big, it's not stopping.
My kids are talking about it. They're all
really?
excited. Yeah. Oh. They're excited about a racetrack where they can get on and they don't have to fly now. You don't have to go somewhere. You can drive up.
I mean, because it's been there forever, and I've done thousands of laps at both tracks.
But it was always kind of crappy.
It's just you're gonna die. You just really
that's right.
You're
no,
afraid.
and by the way, I've showed up. I've been there a couple times where that had happened.
Yeah.
The day before.
Yeah.
Because of the track, and now you've got a safer place to race. I'm excited about this.
I can't wait.
Let's check out this story right here so I can get your perspective on it, guys. The Bentley story in Louisville, or the Dodge Durango story.
Was it Bentley or a Dodge?
Here it is right here. Cops publicly crushed Dodge Durango Hellcat to taunt takeover guys. This is to make a point. Why did they choose this angle? It's a little. Why all of this foreground, whatever that is? Snow, fake snow. What am I looking at there? This apparently was a 710 horsepower Durango Hellcat seized during a recent sideshow in the city. This is a message to the people, the chief said, who want to go out and participate in this dangerous behavior. Here's a much better angle.
That's what they do in Australia.
They do.
Yeah, for going 1 mile an hour over.
We are not going to tolerate it on the streets of Louisville. Jay, is this okay or not okay?
Well, first of all, that car is a piecemeal car. It's made up of stolen parts. So it couldn't be resold. Because you'd say, why wouldn't the police department
I didn't know that.
Sell it and use the money for officer, healthcare fund or something. The engine was from something else. The wheels are something else. It's a lot of stolen parts on the car. So it couldn't even be registered. I'm not sure if it was a salvage title. So
I see.
I think they're just trying to make a dramatic point here. But yeah.
That answers all my questions.
Yeah. I guess we're done with this.
Yeah. But I mean, Dodge Hellcat stuff, easily and often stolen. So it all checks out.
You know, I've got one. I love that car. It's the best car.
Yeah.
You just aim it at Vegas and you put your foot down.
But these street takeovers.
The street takeovers are stupid. I don't.
They're stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's you because it's so easy to get 700 horsepower cars now. People don't really know what to do with them.
Right.
And so they're just doing the dumbest thing, the easiest thing.
I got to say, I do see it as a symptom of a lack of proper car events.
And
like that.
Lack of tracks.
What's that?
Lack of tracks.
Lack of tracks and places to go. And because I think a lot of those guys are just like us. There's nothing else to do.
And most cops are car guys. If you're dicing with another car, you're screwed.
Yeah, they don't like that.
But you can be going over 100 miles an hour. Take it easy, and they'll write you for 75 or 80.
Well, if you're Jay Leno, yes.
Yeah. Jay Leno doesn't get tickets.
Well,
Jerry got a ticket.
Oh, that's right. He got his first ticket ever.
What did Jerry get a ticket for?
Huh?
That's hilarious.
Speeding, right?
Yeah.
He got his very first ticket.
Very first.
Yeah.
Like the cop was so young, he didn't really know who Seinfeld was.
He did know who he was, but he was like, look, today they said no one gets off. And Jerry had never gotten one before. It was really a
How
novelty.
fast did he go?
I don't recall.
It was like 65 and a 55.
Yeah,
it was on PCH. Before
it was
the
on
fires.
PCH, and they were.
Oh, PCH.
Yeah, they were sending a message.
Yeah,
but this was before the fires.
Before the fires.
Did you guys see this electric car?
The Chinese.
Yeah, the Yangwang.
Went 308.
Yangwang. Hey, how's your Yangwang? Chow!
Fast, baby.
I just saying to a woman, can I show you my Yangwang? Chow!
Extreme electric hypercar has just become the fastest production car on the planet at 308. Weren't we just talking about this on the show about the Bugatti?
I don't get the high top speed. It's so stupid.
But
I
here's,
like top speed.
I do like top speed. Here's what I wanted to bring up though. I keep hearing it seems like every week I'm hearing about BYD. BYD.
Build your
BYD.
Build your dreams.
Yeah.
And its effect on the American automotive industry in particular. Its effect on Porsche. Porsche just announced they were going back now to ICE, 718s and other versions of the car and they said the Chinese market is not what we thought it was because, which they left out, BYD. How much of a threat is this to the automotive industry as a whole, this company? Or do we welcome these guys?
It's a wake-up call, isn't it?
It's a wake-up call.
I mean, that's where Jim Farley is very sharp. He studied this car.
Very sharp.
And he knows if they can build an electric car for X. And the trouble that China will have is the idea of cheap Chinese labor is disappearing quickly. You have the strong middle class in China, and now the union worker, we want to make real money building cars. So then they go to Vietnam, or they keep moving further and further to other countries, So I think the Chinese, it'll be innovation that wins it for them, not just necessarily the cheap labor.
But don't we have a problem we're never going to get these cars in the U.S., right?
No, we this is the only thing Biden and Trump have ever agreed on is the 100% tariff on Chinese cars.
Right.
That's staying in place. It's the one law Biden passed that the Trump administration is not undoing. And kind of rightly so, because the Yangwang here, great. It is the best name possible.
Yangwang.
That would be that. That's cool. But Xpeng is another company, and they make this thing. It's like the SU7, and it's like I forget exactly, but 1,600 horsepower, and it costs I forget, $40,000 or you know what I mean? And
the next one
it's really good.
Will be the Swiss. You have the Chinese. The Chinese making a lot of parts for different watch manufacturers now. But when they start building watches, you're going to see watches that cost $100,000 for $15,000.
That's a nice watch you're wearing today, I noticed.
Oh yes, this is my
the Jay Leno. Look at you both have it on.
Yes,
I can't believe I didn't bring mine.
I don't know how we do this.
It's such a great watch.
Yeah,
it looks so beautiful. Yeah. I've said it on the show many times. You really nailed the automotive Sheffield.
Oh,
I've had 3 swats at it, and it never occurred to me to do a driver dial, and you right away came up with the perfect idea that I should have had a year before you. But that's why he's Jay Leno.
Well, we have the Mechanics Watch coming. You'll like that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll see that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'd like to see that. Normally, I don't cover stuff like this, but I thought,
go ahead.
Why not bring it up?
Yangwang.
Yeah. No, we cover a lot of Yangwang.
No, the designer of the original Mazda Miata died.
Yeah.
Tom Matano, if that's how we pronounce his name. Matano's long and storied career took him many places, and he's best known for his time at Mazda for designing this car. You know, I got to be honest, like in the beginning of my car ignorance, I always made fun of the Mazda Miata, and now I have nothing but respect for that car.
Well, there was a guy named Jim Hall.
Jim Hall Jim
Hall was an American. He really...
The racer? Jim Hall?
No, different Jim Hall.
Bob Hall's... Jim Hall, it was actually Jim Hall's brother.
Yeah.
Bob Hall.
Bob, okay, right. Yeah, and he's the one that really... I'm not as familiar with this gentleman.
Tom was a designer, exterior designer. Right. So Bob pushed the concept, hey, let's do a really lightweight British sports car that starts.
Right.
Which was groundbreaking for the late 80s. But no, Tom was the design chief.
Yeah, if Lotus had done this, they'd still be...
Yeah.
That is the biggest sports car in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Over 1 million sold.
Yeah.
It's great. It's smart. And the fact that the latest iteration of it is almost the same weight as the first one that came out.
Yep.
I mean, rather than make it like a Mini, it gets bigger and fatter. And they made it, they trimmed it down. It's the most fun for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually made the fourth generation much lighter than the third generation.
Right.
They kind of caught themselves.
And the most raced car in the world.
Yeah, they say on any Sunday, the number one car out on a racetrack is a Miata.
Yeah.
Which is crazy if you think about all the 911s we know about. Like the Miatas that are most people are racing.
Yeah, no, it's a great car.
Because there was nothing like it. I mean, really, it predates the Boxster. I remember going, I think I may just have to buy a Miata because there's nothing faster for me. And then they announced the Boxster.
I remember when it came out, they went the Lee Iacocca route because everybody called it a, quote, secretary's car.
Right.
You know.
Right,
and
like the Mustang.
So that's what happened with Lee Iacocca. He called Carroll Shelby, can you make it? Because, see, the Mustang had the smallest V8. Chrysler had 318, 340. Chevy had 327. Ours was 289. So it was the smallest motor. So they said, we got to make this powerful. He told Shelby, whatever it takes, just make it loud and raucous. And he made the Shelby GT.
There you go. Let's throw up Jay's channel for a second before we go. Because you drove recently right there a car that our co-host Paul Zuckerman owns. We have one right behind us. The Mercedes 190E.
Yeah,
Evo II. We have one right back there.
Is yours an Evo?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Evo II.
Okay. So it's not an American car.
Did you enjoy driving? Apparently, you had never driven this car before. This was the first time.
Not in recent memory. Well, you know, it's so funny because I had a 6.3 Mercedes, and I thought, oh, I want a little four-cylinder Mercedes. You know, but wonderful handling car, tight, really cool, really like what they used to call a Q-ship. You know. Something wouldn't get a lot of attention.
Except this one's got that wing.
Yeah.
The wing is a bit
It's beautiful. I mean, here's another car. Like we were talking about Ineos Grenadiers, and the best thing it's got going for him is its handsome looks. Its handsome looks, not his. This 190 is the same way for me. Like I've never driven Zuckerman's car. I would guess this isn't all that fast. Like, right? 0 to 60s, 7 seconds.
There's a certain joy in using all the power all the time.
Right.
You know, just put because, you know, I enjoy watching the tax sweep across. I've got a 63 Carrera 2, the Porsche. And the great fun, you get in a P1 and the tax, I'm in jail. What happened? Why did I get arrested? You're going 150 miles. With that thing, just enjoy the sweep as it comes across and it hits $7,000, and then you shift and then you do it again. And it's the same thing with that. You could use all the power all the time. I got a 68 Firebird that had the 6 in it with the 4-barrel and all. And it's the same thing. It's about 215 horse. But I just like keeping my foot in it.
And the important thing was that this was faster than the BMW M3 Evo II. It was just a touch quicker. And then they had a real battle, and they actually made the engine. So I think with the BMW, they never enlarged the engine, but this went from a 2.3 to a 2.5 liter, big block, 4-cylinder.
So Jay, before we go, are you still hunting for cars? I know you just got this guy. You got a new car there. You're still moving. You're still adding to the collection.
I got the W1 coming.
The W1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's he's going to have the trifecta, the F1, the P1, and the W1.
That's my license plate.
The McLaren.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And the sales tax on that is more money than the ZR1X.
Are you going to get a ZR1X?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So you're still going. Are you looking for anything else vintage at this point? Are people still? Because I remember, people would always call you up and go, "Hey, I found this car. I've got this thing." Is that still happening to you every day?
You know what I got? And a 1961 Jaguar Mark IX. Original paint, original interior.
Now we're talking.
It's fabulous.
Full wood.
Oh, yeah. Right? No, timber. I mean, it's lumber. It's like a lumber yard.
Oh, I got to see this thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
I drove a 420G, which was like it was a Mark X redone, Mark 10 redone, and it had the full wood. I forget the number, but it was like 350 individual pieces of wood.
Yeah,
You're right.
Wow, amazing.
It's like a scaffold in there.
Well, Jay, it's so great to have you on the show.
Why, thank you.
The audience loves having you here. We love having you here.
We'll see you at the Audrain.
We're going to be at the Audrain any minute. If you want to see us there live, we're going to be there Saturday. Just go to audrainconcours.com, buy a ticket, and you get to come see that. If you're a Patreon subscriber, stick around. We're going to answer your questions right now. We'll see you next week. Spikes Car Radio.